My name is Traci Gilchrest Kubie, and I'm the Dance Education Director for New Ballet Ensemble in school. Their main focus is bringing dance to the community, to kids that normally wouldn't have access to dance education, dance being ballet, tap, hip-hop, Jukin, West African. We go into the public school system and we offer classes free of cost. And if any of those students show particular fondness for dance, then they are welcome to come here to our academy. We offer transportation free of cost. They are scholarshiped from when they start dancing with us to the end of their time at school, and they can continue their dance education. If they already have an interest, they're welcome to sign themselves up, or the parents can. A lot more so than others, the teachers, because they know their students so well, they choose the students that they think would really benefit, whether that's from just a natural love of movement that they can kind of see coming out in the wiggles, we call it, or just if they have extra energy to burn so that they don't feel like they're doing something bad, but they're actually being able to use that to move. And hopefully when they go home, their guardians, their parents will be able to see, hey, my kid isn't like being reprimanded for moving around. They're actually being able to have this outlet for it that's really positive.
I am Trudi, Royston. I do work with the Tutor 901 program at Literacy Mid-South. Literacy Mid-South does provide literacy programs for both adults and children. For our out-of-school time network, we have students who come to different locations after school, and we have people who've been trained who work with those students on some of their school work to help them prepare for the next school day. As well as during the school day, we actually have in-school tutoring that we do for some students. We've also given grants to different organizations who have used those funds to do programs with students. One of our past Raleigh Literacy Zone partners, she reported how she was able to expand with some resources that students normally wouldn't have. One of the beauties of our program is that we hire, train, and we also manage our personnel throughout the year. So that frees the schools up, frees them to be able to do other things while we help the students.
Having just moved to Memphis, it was really, the only word that I can think of is just really informative and educational to work with the More for Memphis K-12 work group, because I got to meet all of these people from a lot of different backgrounds that were all coming together and meeting once a month for 2 hours, very intense, but every single person was only there for the students and for the good of these schools. It was wonderful to know that I had just moved into a city that had people that were passionate, and to kind of be behind the scenes and see that they actually really were passionate. They weren't just kind of putting a show on, and that was really nice for me. It's an easy answer to what's been most exciting about participating in this work group is just watching the kids. I mean, it's kind of a win-win. We get to go in and do what New Ballet loves to do, which is teach dance to kids at no cost, and then they get to learn and get excited. We had this wonderful performance at the end of the semester at the Overton Show, and seeing these kids that I know a lot of them had not had any dance training. And 3 months later, they were performing on stage at the show in front of an audience that wasn't just their parents and it wasn't just their peers. It was all the other public schools, and that was a wonderful feeling to watch them.
When we first talked with the More for Memphis group, they gave us the history of the communities that we were working in. We went over the goals that the schools were working on. And then all of the partners, including Literacy Mid-South, came up with goals that we were doing to help support those areas that they were working on. And then periodically we would come back together. We met every other month for a work group meeting, and we would talk about the progress on those goals. During our last work group meeting, we worked on the referral system that was going to be used for families to help them get different services or resources that they needed in different areas. So we talked about how do we make it more supportive for those families, like somebody checking in and walking them through the process from the beginning to end. Sometimes when you do certain collaborations, you don't get to learn the total picture of what you're working with. You don't get the information. I think that the South Memphis Zone and the intermediaries that we worked with, they were really good about telling us, like I said earlier, the history of the areas we were in. We were given updates. We were given background information. To me, it just makes the whole experience really real. To also be able to work with other partners, you get to learn about what they offer and they do as well, which can also help with future collaborations. We know that we're not operating on an island. We're all in this together. Within the next 10 years, I'd like to see our students surpass even what the literacy proficiency rates are in the state of Tennessee. And I would like for us to even be able to show the effective strategies and programs that we're using in this part of the state to help our students get to that point.
I know at the beginning, one of the main focuses was getting kids to be at school more often, so that they didn't skip school when it got cold and they didn't have, clothes to wear to school. So I really think that we've tapped into a lot of different avenues, because it's not just one solution to the problem. They're not always going to have good attendance because they like dance class, or just because they like to read that day. But if there's lots of different things that are going to engage the kids, and just as importantly, their guardians, because the guardians have to be on board too, I think that's going to help, because at the end of the day, it's really attendance. They have to be there so that we can help them. That's the main thing. And I think if Memphis continues to be aware of that, I think that'll really help. And there's a really big art scene, but I really feel that from what I'm seeing, the art scene is kind of starting once the kids get out of school. It's stronger. I would love for new ballet to continue to be able to make an impact so that it starts and is supported. That's the most important thing, is supported by the school system and more across the board. I think art should be in every single school, because it really does affect the students in so many ways. It gets their brains activated, it gives them an outlet, and it gives them confidence. I want to see Memphis continue to recognize that and let all kids have a chance to express themselves.